Hey, Cassis Adobes, Pastor John here with a quick take. So, this week, I want you to think about your worst enemy, the person that you just can't stand. Oh my gosh, this person just bugs you and you can't stand it. And then all of a sudden, something good happens to that person and they're healed. They have a moment of understanding and something good happens and then they change. What do you do? Well, in the story of the Old Testament the Hebrew scriptures that we're looking at, there is a story about this general called Naaman, and Naaman is just terrible, and he is fighting against the people in the Jewish leaders, the king, and he's just a thorn in their side. And fight, and winning and taking land and doing all this stuff. And then what happens? He gets sick. He gets sick. He gets a skin disease. And so what happens is there is this woman, this young woman, who tells him, you know what? If you go over to Israel, there is this guy who can heal. He's a prophet, and he'll tell you what to do. And so the general decides to do it. And they say, hey, this general's at your doorstep, king. What do you do? And the king gets so mad. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, God, this is my worst enemy. Why is he at my doorstep looking for healing? And the prophet Elijah says, send him in. And he tells him how he needs to be healed. He needs to go to this river and dip himself in the water several times. And the king is so mad. The king's just ripping his clothes. He's saying, what am I to do, oh God? This is terrible. Why are you healing this person? But the lesson is, and the guy gets healed, and he changes. He changes, and he stops attacking and turns into a friend. And so, not a real close friend, but so anyway, this reminds us that God is full of surprises. You know, just the last person that we expect God to heal, the person that we deem unworthy, is a person who's lifted up. We see it over and over again. We see it in the book of Jonah. And we see it in the story of the Good Samaritan. We see it in the workers in the field. All these people who are supposed to be first and, oh, I'm going to get the big reward. And it turns out that God says, you know, you got the big reward already. But don't get mad at these people over here, the people that you don't say are worthy, the people who might be doing something different, who might not fit into your mold. Even people who might not be doing the nicest things in the world. If we give them a chance, maybe they can change. And that's what God's saying. So be open to the God of surprises. And I got a surprise for you. So I'm not wearing my stole because I'm not preaching this week. Pastor John Cheek is going to be preaching, and he's got a great lesson on the same story. So hope you're there. If not, it's always online. Okay, be well, be safe, be a blessing, be cool, and don't be judgmental. How about that? Okay, peace.